Welcome to Creative Collaborations. This interactive poster shares the experience and insights gained by faculty members who have designed and delivered a UDL-inspired collaborative online international learning project with the acronym known as COIL. Our project name was Operation Brent. The Operation Brent COIL project, initiated in February 2021, focused on designing a curriculum opportunity for students based in Georgian College, Ontario, and students based in the Institute of Technology, Sligo, to interact and engage with each other. The faculty members involved were Kathy O'Kelly and Mairead McCann of IT Sligo and Janet O'Neill Scott of Georgian College. COIL planning begins with collaboration between academics from different institutions who want to bring intercultural and global learning into their classes. From the outset, the faculty team identified a common commitment to embedding UDL principles into the shared curriculum. The three fundamental UDL principles of providing multiple means of engagement, representation, action, and expression informed the concept and each stage of the design of the Operation Brent COIL project. This initiative was conceived and implemented during the pandemic, and faculty had to grapple with the challenges of remote emergency delivery during periods of lockdown and other restrictions, but a common thread was to implement UDL principles in the context of these challenges. The photograph on this slide depicts Brent geese in flight over the majestic Knocknarea Mountain in Sligo, Ireland. These migratory birds divide their time between Canada and Ireland and are symbolic of what our COIL project aspired to achieve, hence the title Operation Brent. With the aim of equipping the COIL project participants with the skill set to navigate a global environment, we set about developing a toolkit from which they could draw if and when required. In the introductory stages of the project, a workshop was provided for academic staff and students to enhance intercultural awareness. In addition, a resource manual was provided to all participants to increase their understanding of intercultural learning and provide an opportunity to engage within it. Modeling the student experience became a critical part of the academic journey in this project and led to everyone involved being provided with multiple means of action and expression. Throughout the duration of this project, terrain such as varied time zones, cultural differences, managing expectations, and institutional differences were well explored to everyone's challenge and ultimately their benefit. Learning by doing became the compass, and step by step, the beauty of the experience unfolded. In consideration of the logistical challenges and opportunities that Operation Brent presented, a collaborative learning space was created. Students were provided with a Microsoft Teams page dedicated to their project. All students had access to this general forum, and each separate student group had their own dedicated channel to work within. Student information and class materials were provided in a format that could easily be manipulated by students to meet their individual needs. Student engagement was a focal part of the Operation Brent project and was central to the success of the project to provide students with multiple means of action and expression. Team teaching was conducted on a weekly basis, and students were provided with the time and space to collaborate in a manner that best suited their group needs. Boundaries were fluid as possible, and students were permitted to navigate their own journey as much as could be facilitated within the structure of the project deliverables. Interaction was encouraged and expected by all participants, and collaboration was paramount. Participants benefited from regular feedback and interaction with the faculty team, which provided an enriching experience for all involved. Each institute's learning management system were used to provide formal feedback and grades to the respective students. GDPR and ethics were given due consideration in the design of the collaborative workspaces. Students leaned into the UDL principles during the COIL project. The principles surrounding this assignment speak to the why, the what, and the how of learning. Creating a diverse, culturally stimulating environment, students became exciting, and this challenged the learners in our respective institutions. The motivation for students to display their experience in a manner that represented their unique journey through multiple means of engagement increased the student buy-in. To create this environment, evaluations were created and based on performance that demonstrated the learning outcomes of the course material. The class climate was set initially, disrupting the cross-cultural competencies and weekly encouragement of diversity consciousness. Students were invited to the learning space each week with a cumulative design, allowing for students to engage, practice, reflect, and make meaning of their experience. The learning environment was rich with UDL, including flexible format deliveries. Students received a hybrid instruction model, providing the support with interactions they needed in the creative design of the collaborative online international learning modality. Using an infographic allowed a diverse group of students to provide multiple means of expression, with an additional layer of complexity. Students conveyed that through different time zones and different formats, they could engage asynchronously, using the methodology that provided collaborative meaning to create this artifact. Using the limitations of space, students created visual and written adaptations of their experience. This allows students to carefully reflect on what the experience was, connecting to a deeper learning experience and course material. With an invitation for a publication of their work, students made creative, meaningful representations of their COIL experience. Through this process, the student aha moment became clear. Through self-assessment, students were asked to constructively break down the barriers and think deeply about what learning had occurred. Could students take the process and, using UDL as a great equalizer, convey all the parts of the process in a way that proved to capture their representation? What made this process not only unique but valuable to the student experience was removing the many barriers that are assumed with standard assessment. Adding in the international learning components created a profound, richer result that became immeasurable for the students. Disassembling the one-size-fits-all approach to assessment gave way to removing preconceived notions about how to present the experience. When given the opportunity, students began to critically assess their roles in an authentic way and saw ways to enhance their opportunity to convey their message. Practicality did not outweigh the opportunity to invite a messy, collaborative, rewarding experience that produced a universal message that found a voice across two countries. We are grateful to have this opportunity to share our experience of embedding UDL principles into a collaborative online international learning project. Learning support materials, including a handout with exploratory questions, have been made available to participants interested in further information on this experience. Thank you for taking the time to engage with this project.